Hi and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. I apologize if the noise outside is translating. Hopefully my mic should cancel most of it out. It is a little bit loud out there, but this is the time that I have to do the daily reading today, so we're just gonna muscle through it, and it usually does a pretty good job. So the daily reading today is for Thursday, December 10th, 2020. And today is the day that's ruled by the throat chakra and guided by free will. And the galactic signature of today is the yellow solar warrior energy. And so the yellow warrior tribe is all about questioning, intelligence, and fearlessness. And it's about the understanding that courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the ability to walk through our fears anyway. Today is a day to really question our fears. When they come up, to look at them, to understand them, to seek the knowledge that they provide for us, and to then transcend them. It's also a day about questioning absolutely everything in our reality, looking beyond appearances to the deeper heart of the matter, looking deep into our own hearts, looking at our own belief systems, our own perspectives. Do our belief systems mesh with our ideals, with the truth of what we believe and perceive? Or are some of the ways that our mind works sort of outdated and not in alignment with what we have now come to know as truth? And how can we move through those energies? And if you guys want assistance with that, please reach out to me. I am beginning to start booking for theta healing sessions. It's an incredibly powerful and beautiful modality that really can work with those belief systems. And so that is absolutely something to take into consideration, along with the Belvaspata healing, angelic healing of the heart that I offer, and the personal readings and the different things. And you can find all of that, like I said, in the description box below. I'm not going to take any more time on that right now. Just know that there are lots of different options available. But it's really questioning everything, about confronting that uncharted terrain. I apologize. I thought I turned my ringer off here. And about really embracing challenges as opportunities, as we see with a lot of these different energies. So really embracing everything. I wanted to read, so I'm looking for the part that I wanted to read. At the very end it says, the yellow warrior glyph symbol represents as... Excuse me, guys. The yellow warrior glyph symbol resembles as a shield, communicating, you are an agent of cosmic forces. Be at home in the cosmic question mark. Integrate the three forces of mind, will, and spirit to pick up the staff of galactic empowerment. And so this is a day of galactic empowerment, and I really enjoy that. And it pairs well with the solar energy, which is all about pulsing realization and intention. So it's understanding and harnessing the power of our minds and our intentions to create our reality, as well as to communicate telepathically. This solar tone really facilitates that telepathic communication. So that's something we can really play with today, especially when we saw with the reading yesterday that 1212 portal is very much open right now. And so it's going to be even easier to access that and to work with that and to play with that today. All right. As far as the affirmation for the day goes, it says, I pulse in order to question, realizing fearlessness. I seal the output of intelligence with the solar tone of intention. I am guided by the power of free will. And we still have the moon in Libra today. The moon will be, and I'm actually going to look at the, 24 degrees. Yeah, so the moon may later this evening transition, but for the time being, it is still in the sign of Libra. It will be moving into the sign of Scorpio, which is always intense. And so we are seeking, today's the day where I feel like as though we are seeking a lot of emotional balance. We have the moon squaring Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn, squaring that whole stellium that we have there in Capricorn, as well as opposing Eris and loosely opposing Mars as well. And so there may be a little bit of friction, there may be a little bit of tension. We may be feeling a bit like we have to continue to keep coming back to our emotional equilibrium. And so, that's just, if you're experiencing that today, that is just some of the energies. And so it's good practice for us to be able to do that, right? And we also have Mercury square Neptune. And so there may be, as well as the Sun squaring Neptune. And I'm actually going to check and see if there is a certain figure here. Yeah, yep. Yep, so we also have a nice little T-square going on between the moon, Pluto, and Mars. But the squares to Neptune, that can be where we may feel, which is interesting during a portal energy, but we may feel a little bit disconnected spiritually. We may feel a little bit confused, like there's a lot of illusion. And so we can really utilize this energy of today with the yellow warrior energy to dive deeper into that confusion. What is that about? What is confusing to me? What can I examine, and allow it to help us examine things from a different perspective and just be open to whatever shows up for us. We're never actually spiritually disconnected. So maybe on those days where it feels like that, that's simply giving us an opportunity to go a little bit deeper. And we may be surprised by what we find if we do go deeper. Yeah, and we have this Mars opposing the moon, so that's some of that emotional tension, that tension between our drive, our ambition, and that balance energy, that balance and that harmony. And like, how do I achieve balance and harmony in my life and in my relationships and in my own emotional nature, while at the same time pursuing what it is that I want? And really, it's that fearless energy coming in again strong with the Mars and Aries energy. So how do I be fearless and still maintain my emotional equilibrium today? And so Pluto would be the focal point for this T-square. And so it's by evolving, by stepping deeper into my empowerment, by surrendering to the transformation that is happening within me right now. Where is that transformation leading me? What aspects of my shadow? Once again, I love how these energies play into each other, right? Because Pluto is about the shadow. So what aspects of my shadow can I look at and address? Like, what is actually holding me back? What shadow aspects am I ready to transform and transcend that may still be throwing me off emotionally as I am in this process of moving towards what it is I desire? What kind of disharmony is present in my life, and how can I look to the higher meaning behind that, and whatever exists still within the subconscious, within the shadow that is playing into that. So some very interesting energies going on today as far as all of that is concerned. I don't know if there's anything else that I want to really mention. We do have the sun in a sextile to the moon, though. So that is giving us some of that supportive energy as we move forward. I think it's really interesting that we have this eclipse that we're still warming up to that's coming on the 14th. If you guys haven't checked out that video, definitely check it out. But it's that alignment where we have everyone moving in. Mercury is moving into conjunction with the sun. And so we're going to have the sun, the moon, Mercury, and the south node all conjunct in Sagittarius. And so it is very much that energy of looking at our belief systems, looking at what is it that I do still identify with that I want to bring forward with me into my new life, into this new cycle, and what is it that I'm ready to let go of once and for all. And so today is a really good training ground for that energy to get us thinking about this and asking ourselves those questions. And we're going to pull some Black Moon astrology cards to start. Clear. And see what guidance do we have for today. December 10th, 2020. 12102020. For all of you guys who are also very interested in the recoding that is going on right now. It's interesting that we have that today. Ooh, okay. So we have Saturn return coming up with the Moon Soul card. So this is very much our spiritual evolution, our spiritual growth process. And we talked about this actually when we talk about the squares being made by Neptune during this solar eclipse, and how we are being challenged to evolve to a higher level spiritually, to really deeply evolve. And so that's what this energy to me speaks of. Spiritual evolution, the evolution of our soul, our soul's coming of age. And so this is very much like we're in the energies that are preparing us for this right now. And I'm noticing how both of these cards are very green. And so I'm feeling a lot of heart energy coming through. There's greens and blues would be the throat, and it is a throat chakra day. So like that throat and that heart energy coming through very strongly as well. But it is this evolutionary process that we're going through. This deepening of our soul's progress. And so we're very much feeling that today. Our souls, so many of us, this is like the old soul combination right here, the Saturn return with the moon card, right? And there are so many of us who are old souls. And I'm feeling almost as though some of our souls may be feeling weary today. As And it's so funny when I do these, because so far today, I'm actually feeling a lot better than I felt yesterday, for instance. It was a bit of an emotional day off and on for me yesterday. I had lots of beautiful clients that I got to spend time with that really helped to boost my energy and feed me spiritually. But it was, I mean, the ups and downs. And today feels pretty good, but this is the energy where I'm feeling like some of you who are watching this, and I have definitely gone in and out of feeling this myself, are just feeling a little bit weary. Like your soul is feeling a little old, and you're just like, it's a couple different things. It's like that weariness, like, oh my God. For some of us, like I feel like I already did this. Now I'm back here learning this and doing this again, and it's just tiring. And like, when are we going to stop having to learn, right? When we see. And so it's like, I already did all this, I already learned all this, and now I'm doing it again. Or just like energy like that coming through. Yeah, and I forget what the other thing was, but that energy coming through strong, like that soul weariness. But it's just understanding that our souls are up-leveling to a whole nother level of experience now. And even for those of us who came back mostly to aid in this ascension process, which many people who are incarnated here did, we also came here and we had to relearn everything. We had to remember everything all over again, just like everybody else. And so sometimes that can feel almost a little bit frustrating, I feel like why do I have to do this again? Why is this still, it's almost like, and we're so close to this huge, like December 21st is going to be this huge turning point in our ascension process. And so it's almost like that energy of like that last mile is so hard to walk, and not saying that like everything's going to be over and done and we're all going to be in a permanently fifth dimensional consciousness experiencing that dimension with the 21st. It's still going to be a process, but that's a huge fork in the road. That's a huge turning point, and it's going to feel, I believe, for many of us who have been doing this work, a lot lighter after that point. It's gonna flow. It's still gonna be challenging, but we're gonna have even more spiritual resources. So it's like our soul is really growing and learning at an exponential rate right now. But some of us may be feeling a little. That's that moon square Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto energy. Some of us may be feeling a little weary. And then we have the 6th house coming up, routine. And so this card I'm also feeling for us right now as like, really pay attention to your routine. Just pay attention to how is it that you are nurturing yourself? What are you doing on a daily basis to help facilitate this soul growth process? How are you feeding your soul? How are you nourishing your soul? How are you supporting your soul through this evolutionary process, through this coming of age, this growing up process? And what can you incorporate into your life? I heard diet in my head, into your diet, into your life. And remember, diet's a lot of things. It's not just what we eat, it's what we consume in every way, what we look at, what we pay attention to, what we speak, what energies, what peoples we surround ourselves with, what information we digest. It's a lot of things besides just what we're eating. But yes, that is a thing for a lot of people. Including myself, that I struggle with, as just how can we incorporate those things to help really facilitate this process, facilitate this growth. And then the Neptune card coming out, sacrifice. So yes, that Neptune energy. What is it? Where are, and it's another green card, which is interesting. We have 3 green and blue cards. And then of course, this guy. But so, yeah, it's what sacrifices do we need to make? How do we, if we are not having the time that we need, that we require in order to truly nourish our souls and support them in this growing up process, like what can we switch around? What can we sacrifice in order to gain, like we said, that equilibrium, that balance? How can we bring that back to balance? And the water element, sensing. So a lot of highly intuitive cards coming out today, right? We have the moon, we have the Neptune card, we have the water element, the sensing element. So a lot of it's, even though we have those interesting aspects going to Neptune today, where, you know, it can feel for some of us as though we are sort of blocked. This is just like a confirmation coming out being like, you are absolutely not. There is so much highly intuitive energy for you to tap into, highly spiritual energy for you to tap into if you open yourself to it, if you if you go deep within. Like, go deep today, dive deep. That is the energy. That is the invitation that's being put out to us. Dive deep. And what are those little things that you can add to your routine that will help facilitate that? If we do things regularly, if we practice, it's like a muscle, right? As we're building our intuition and our psychic connection, do we have a daily routine that supports that? Do we have, say, a daily meditation routine, daily energy cleansing routines? Like, what are the daily routines that we have in place that help us to connect to our intuition? I'm just feeling this. Yeah, there's this energy too for some people. It's like a bittersweetness or a sorrow almost that we're feeling, which is interesting. Any more information on that? And then we have the Yod Destiny card. Interesting. And so I feel like it's like we are realizing our destiny is starting to become clearer, or it's starting to beckon to us and call to us. And for some of us, we're realizing that there are sacrifices that have to be made in order to move toward our destiny, in order to fulfill that destiny. And like, we may be in our feels a little bit today about those sacrifices and what those might entail, right? It's all about prioritizing. And sometimes it just is, we're in this process where we're learning about healthy sacrifice, right? And so what is a healthy sacrifice? What can I sacrifice? What am I willing to sacrifice? What am I sacrificing for? Am I sacrificing out of a place of true unconditional love, out of a place of devotion, out of a place of my higher calling? Or am I sacrificing for those lower vibrational energies of sacrifice, like to people please, right? It's that Libra energy, to keep that harmony and to, in these ways that don't feel good to me, that are draining me. Are they draining me, or are they filling me? Am I making sacrifices for something that fills me up, or for something that drains me? But really looking at the things that are going to have to shift and change in our lives in order to move toward our destiny. And there could be some bittersweetness or a little bit of sadness about that today, I'm feeling. And there is just an incredible transformation happening right now. An incredible transformation. This is our focal point of the day, right? When we look at that T-square between Mars, Pluto, and the moon. Pluto is guiding us. That evolution. And I love how I just put Pluto down on top of the Saturn return and the soul card. It is that transformation, that evolution that we are being asked to go through as we peel back deeper and deeper layers to see what's underneath. It's very much a day for that, I'm feeling like, is seeing what's underneath, peeling back those deeper layers of the self. And then we have the Venus love coming up, the love card. So we have transformation when it comes to love as well. We have possibly sacrifices when it comes to love, I'm feeling. And we have this energy, and it's the 11 and the 4 energy right next to each other with Pluto and Venus. But it's also this energy of transformation as far as love goes. We are experiencing a transformation, and this is happening because the way that we love ourselves is transforming and evolving, and that's part of this soul growth process. And as we step deeper into love with ourselves, that transforms our outer relationships as well. And so if there's anybody who is experiencing some sadness around their relationships right now, just know and understand, work on transforming yourself, and those outer circumstances will transform as well. And if you want assistance with this as well, please reach out to me. I would be very happy to assist you. And on the bottom of the deck, we have Grand Trine blessings. Right? There are blessings as we work on healing ourselves, as we work on self-love, clear, and dedication to ourselves. There are incredible blessings that come. I'm feeling like blessings and love for some people too, which is really beautiful energy. I love it when that energy comes through. Yeah. Dive deep into the waters of your consciousness, of your subconscious, of your heart, right? This is I'm feeling that heart energy coming through really strongly with all of this green. That healing energy, a lot of healing today, a lot of emotional healing that's going on. All right, what guidance do we have? And we have the eyes of beauty coming out, positive expectations and clarity. And so you're being asked to have positive expectations for all events going on in your life, whatever it is that you're seeking to manifest, whatever it is that's happening in your life, have a positive expectation for it. Don't do the worst case scenario thing. Do the best case scenario. What is the possible best case scenario? What is the best outcome, the highest outcome for the situation? And focus on that. Whatever it is, this is like energy for anyone who is wanting to create something. I feel like some of you are trying to manifest love. This is right next to the love card. I'm definitely feeling that. Love and abundance. Love, abundance, psychic gifts, all of this different stuff. Have the best possible expectations and have incredible clarity. What is it that you want? Be as specific as possible. Always leave it open, right? To the highest possible expression of that, and to the highest, this or something better kind of energy, right? Because we always want to invite the creator to give us something more than what we asked for. However, we want to be clear. We want to be really clear. We want to have really clear positive expectations, and we want to be really clear about what it is that we're desiring. If you're trying to manifest a partner, say, you want to be very specific about what you want from that partner. What would they, and you really want to get into how they would make you feel. What are the qualities that they would have? What is it that you are looking for? Get very specific as you can. With the abundance as well. What is abundance to you? What are the different ways that you want to see abundance come into your life? Is it in money? Is it in career? Is it in love? Is it in family? What does that mean to you? Is it just this incredible feeling of joy and bliss, and you want more and more of that any way that it can come to you? But be very clear about what it is that you're asking for. One of the number one reasons that we don't receive our manifestations, aside from being out of vibrational alignment with them, or thinking contradictory thoughts or acting in a very contradictory way to what it is that we're wanting to manifest, right? We have to come into alignment. But the other thing is, just because people aren't clear enough about what they're asking for, Spirit will give you what you ask for, but if you cannot be clear, it's not going to come through. And so we really want to have that clarity. And this is just see the eyes of beauty. So seeing everything through the eyes of beauty, seeing everything is beautiful, especially next to the Venus card, which is all about love and pleasure and decadence and all of that. See through the eyes of beauty, see everything through that lens. Anything else that wants to come out for us? Oh my God, that's a lot of cards. That's a lot of cards. Yeah. Integrity, compromise, trust, strategizing, peace, stillness. No, let's get one card, please. That's also a lot of cards here. Okay. So we have the map maker of destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. You have the free will to choose whatever you want to choose, right? Just be clear about it and have positive expectations. This is that inspiration and that authentic purpose. That's what we're being driven towards right now. That's what the destiny came out twice. So we're really focused on our destiny. Our destiny is being revealed to us. And if yours has not yet, continue to ask for that clarity, right? The clarity around your destiny, around your purpose. Ask to be guided, ask to be shown. Ask to understand that more, but know that we always have, even though our destiny and our purpose may be being made clear to us, and we're feeling and receiving a lot of inspiration to follow that path, we still have the free will to choose whether we want to or not, right? That's the fated life versus the destiny life. Do I want to move toward my destiny? Do I want to move toward my purpose? Or not? Or do I want to choose a different purpose for myself? Choose a different destiny? We absolutely have the free will to do that. Each and every single one of us. But yeah, we're feeling that strong. It almost feels like we don't, because we want it so badly. It's just like we have the free will to ignore the creator. However, our desire to be close to creator is so strong that ultimately it pulls all souls back to it, right? So it's kind of like we have it, but we don't. But we do, but we don't. And that's how some of us may be feeling right now. We are being pulled toward our purpose, but we're like, but wait, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know. But what about this? But we can't help but be drawn in that direction anyway. And so that's maybe a little bit of the tug of war. But then we have the sisters of the seasons, cycles of growth, natural law, divine order. There is a divine order to everything. And sometimes when we're in this place, patience and stillness is all that's required to gain clarity. And we all have different cycles and phases within our own growth. I actually want to read just a little bit of that to close from the book here. When the sisters of the seasons meet you on your path, they remind you that everything has a natural rhythm that obeys a higher law. Just as the seasons magically pass, be reminded that the nature of birth, growth, harvest, and decay cannot be altered. So if you keep on your path with determination and discernment, allowing for the natural course of events to unfold, success is assured. Divine appropriate timing is guiding your desires into perfect manifest form. This is a very good period to start new things as you're moved out of winter into the beginning of spring, metaphorically speaking, of course, for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere. Continue with patience and be aware, patience, stillness. Be aware of the rhythms of your opportunities. There will be periods when things slow down and begin anew, move into fruition and then slow down again in a never-ending natural flow. And we need that. That's that balance. That's that harmony, right? Those are those cycles of rest that we need to be rejuvenated. Be mindful of which sister greets you, for she points directly at the next. Every moment counts now. Yes, I like that. And so it's honoring those phases and not trying to force that energy. Be comfortable with where you're at. Understand that everything is divinely orchestrated. And sometimes we are meant to be in periods of stillness and growth. And sometimes we're in periods of momentum. And it's going to be different for every single one of us. So just honor the cycle that you're in and see what is the gift, what is the opportunity in this cycle, in this season right now. All right, I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. If you liked this video, like this video. Drop a comment. Let me know how it resonated. There are links down below to donate. If you feel so moved to donate to my channel, it is greatly appreciated. And yes, my email is in the description box below. Reach out to me if you would like any type of the healing sessions that I offer, a personal reading, any of that. I love working with you guys one-on-one. It is so beautiful and rewarding, and it's really my favorite thing out of everything that I do. You guys are amazing. Have an incredible day. Just dive deep into those still waters. All right. See what is lying underneath the surface that is still ready. What rocks are still wanting to be overturned, right? We can leave no stone unturned as we move toward this incredible gateway of energy on the 21st. So just be courageous, be fearless, be inquisitive, and just look and see what's underneath there. Bring that to the light. As soon as we turn over that stone, it's no longer dark underneath there. The light illuminates everything, and then we are set free. All right. I appreciate you guys, and I will talk to you soon.